right. Closing in on the bewitching hour. Your face shield is not just for dental associates anymore. Check our height here. I'd like to thank our tech-savvy audience for being present, having excellent cameras, beautiful lighting. So certainly if you're having issues with the camera switching between feeds, make sure you hover over the camera that you want to watch the most, possibly mine, and either pin it, double click it, or it'll bounce between whoever's particularly on the vocals at that time. So vocals are there so we can interact, so you can tell me, hey, what do I need to do here? Or I'll just be looking over to my left at my projection screen, and I'll be watching you and seeing if I can give some feedback. Of course, there's always YouTube, just not as much feedback on YouTube. Okay, in keeping with our theme, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Gotta get a little light on that stuff here. So. I'd like to thank turmeric, Badia. This stuff is Badia for you. No, it's very good actually. Turmeric reduces inflammation. Great for all types of things that ail you. And of course, the real heroes in this fight, ginger and actual turmeric root. So turmeric, ginger, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-bad neighbor. A little of that in their spice. I'd like to thank 3M for keeping our nurses safe. I did have to wrestle a doctor for this one, but it's okay. I think he's going to be all right. He was plastic surgery, so not in high demand at this time. I'd like to thank Barilla for tricolore pasta. Thank you, Barilla, because without Barilla, we wouldn't have non-perishables, okay? So non-perishables, all you need is water and heat. So rub some sticks together and have dinner tonight with your loved ones. That's great. And for the little ones out there, I'd like to, well, for the little ones that aren't even little yet, they're still like so little they swim in a little belly. So this is the magic crash tracks. For when you're going in circles, this is actually designed for that, okay? It's designed to go in circles. So human beings like to go forward. These things go in circles. Great to know the difference. So in all seriousness, everyone, I'd like to thank one of my dear friends who's present with me today. He literally put on a full body condom to join Zoom meeting because he's been the person to inform us that this will be our last Zoom meeting. So you will be required to bleach bit your computers after this meeting so that we can update and upgrade to WebEx, a Cisco provided system that provides less Chinese intervention into our files. So with that, I've had to inform the Miami-Dade public school system, Fisher Island Fitness Club, and others of the unfortunate nature of the cyber world. So this will be the last Zoom meeting, and we will be updating for next week. All right, now time to get actual exercise going on. All right, we'll save those gloves for later. So we're gonna start out with some stretches. We always go side to side first. So I'm gonna grab my hand, put my thumb down. I'm gonna grab thumb in the front of the hand and turn the thumb up. So that's gonna rotate the shoulder. It's gonna pull the arm back. So you see me from here. When I get that hand behind me, the palm turns up. And that, when I pull that, that goes behind my head. And then if I look up, I'm starting to pull the shoulder blade. So if I can even get my bicep to go behind my head, and then I push on my bicep with my head, I get the whole shoulder blade. And then instead of collapsing down, I'm gonna reach it out and over. Reach it out and over. And I'll repeat that on the other side. So I'm gonna grab the hand, turn the hand up. That really places the shoulder back. and then go behind the head. I'll be long. I'll even push the hips out away from that so I can really get the stretch right through the front of the hip, and I also get into the sciatic and into the lower back over here. Really pulling through that, creating space. Wonderful. And then I'll take the hands, I'll put them on my hips, and I'm pushing down while I'm opening the chest this way and going into a nice back bend. So this is when you get the snap, crackle, pop. Whoa, Rice Krispies. So I'm pushing into a back bend. Pushing into a back bend. Pushing into a back bend. Sometimes you get this like a like this. If you let the air out, you get that nice release. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the front, but I'm going to bend my knees so that I have a little platform. Shoulder blades are going to pull back, and then I'm going to keep the shoulders down while I straighten the arms. So instead of pushing and my ears and my shoulders get closer together, I want to push, and I want to push the tailbone away from the crown of the skull. So that's what's going to make length. So from the front, my hands are here. So there's my femur right there. Take the middle line of my hand, put it right on the femur. And then shoulder blades lock in, push. And when you really need that, you can get all the way from your lumbar spine all the way up through your thoracic spine. You're not going to get anything from the neck because there's no tension up there, right? Okay, so if that feels really good, or if it doesn't, that was on you. So let's slide the hands down to the feet. Let the head fall down. And if this is your first forward bend all day, I apologize for not holding this meeting sooner. Move the head left and right, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. After 3 slow, deep breaths, you might get the hands all the way to the floor. If the hands are on the floor already, you might get the hands to come back by the heels on the floor. And just a reminder that this practice is primarily designed for people that have been sitting all day, so this will not be getting you through the most extreme challenge, but it will be getting you through the most extreme sitting still for too long. And we'll gently walk it back up. And twist. So remember that the legs are a part of this in the way that they can stop you, and then you're putting pressure into the spine. That's how you might crack your back. Or you can lift and move the legs, and then you'll release the toes, you'll pop the ankles, maybe the knees. So if I turn the feet out, and as I turn, I let the hip come in, I'll get a little release to the knee or the ankle. So I get this little like rolling of the foot, rolling this way, and I'll use the arms to get that to happen. When I go over the top, I'll let the toes roll over, snap, 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 snap. Some good stuff, some good stuff. Remember that we're not in the gym, so if you have your favorite 1982 CDs behind you, you don't want to smash all those albums. Oh man. So if you're loaded with equipment back there, great example of that would be you have a long stick. You can use the long stick like this. You can have the long stick in here and twist from here. You can have it Charlie Chaplin style and use the weight to pull you around. If you know any moves, you can make a kung fu movie out of this. Whatever you got to do. Keep it entertaining. Keep it entertaining. Just remember, for social distancing, it's probably the safest time to leave your doors unlocked. So probably don't need the hallway kung fu. All right. So let's put the feet together and roll the knees. Feet together. Toes touch, heels can open a little bit, knees together. And I draw the circle around the big toe. About 30. And reverse. All right, we'll shake that out and let's roll. So I hold the shoulder so I can feel what's happening, especially if one of the shoulders is crunchy, I want to feel it. But I'm really going to just throw the arm, do my Guitar Hero. Oh, that was last week's sponsor. Like this. Guitar Hero, like this. Just going to throw the arm. I need to have this restrung though, honestly. Wow! So keep rolling. We do about 30 each arm. I hold the shoulder again. Sometimes if I grab the pec muscle right where the shoulder meets the chest and I peel towards my sternum, when I roll, I take a little deeper stretch. Just kind of pin the muscle. Depends on how it feels. Make sure you switch sides after 30. These are very hard to put back on, so make sure you don't completely remove your arm. All right, very good. And now we're going to separate the feet and go into our little squats. So it's about 3 or 4 inches of travel. The weight is up on the toes. The weight is up on the toes. I don't have to stand on my toes, but I don't want to just sit back on the heels like this. I'm going to stay pretty much up on the toes, and then I'll bring the hands to a fist. And we'll do this 100 times, 3 times a day for maximum coverage. Critically, when you make a fist, you want the hand to stay level and then open very big. Hand to stay level as opposed to grabbing this way and then doing kind of a weak opening. This is really about opening the hand and grab. Open the hand and grab. Open the hand and grab. Open the hand and grab. And this is stretching all through the top of the wrist here. Welcome everybody, welcome everybody. I do take responsibility now if someone shows something inappropriate on the TV. We've been using the same login for gotta be 3 weeks now. So we're due, we are due. Woohoo! That's it. So when we're doing this, we're gonna build up lactic acid all over the muscle groups, the thighs, the forearms, the fingers. It becomes impossible to move. So keep breathing, keep the oxygen flowing, get that blood flow to circulate, get the lactic acid to pass. Let's do about 10 more. All right, so press the fingers, make your finger pyramid of superiority, lace the fingers, press back. Dr. Evil. Stretch. Okay, very good, very simple. Let's just do a little kicks here, knees to the chest, march. So the knee comes to the chest, boom, right there. In slow motion, you get stuck right about here. So this area has to exhale, and that's where the squeeze, that's where the tightening comes from, that little squeeze right here. So, of course, for anatomy purposes, you might come a little bit out here. Now try to be very mechanical, very G.I. Joe-ish, so that you're not sloshing around so much. We really want to isolate strength in the core here. So we're pulling direct. Now we're going to go outside the shoulder. So this is up at around a 45 to a 90 degree. And it's a great time to have that umbrella once again. And I planned that. Right. Got very spooky at the set here. Okay, so we're going to circle. Hands on the hips. Circle out. Circle out. So I'm going to go across the body and open. Cross and open. It's the exhale. Talking about breathing, breathe through the nose. Control the air through the nose. Relax the face. Remember, the exhale is when the leg is passing through that area. If you have the big balloon there, you're excused. But if it's not a baby, you have to tighten it like this. That gives the leg somewhere to go. Now come inside like this, to the inside, outside in, outside in. As previously discussed, this used to be how you get around in crowds. Just kind of, excuse me, ma'am, watch your kids. But, you know, there's no crowds anymore, so we're just swatting houseflies. Little circles to the inside. And again, stable body, as if I'm connected to the ceiling. Just keep that vertical posture. All right, hands on the back. Just gonna kick my hands. Really just tightening through here. Kick the hands, kick the hands, kick the hands. Kick the hands. If you're familiar with the Purdue technique, I think it's called Purdue Farms. It's more of like a head thing here. Occasionally you'll go down for a worm, but we're going to focus on posture. So, right, you want to tuck the tailbone, lift the crown, be tall, and then tight. Little snaps, little snaps, little snaps, little snaps. We can go pretty much 75% of the way very easily. But to get that foot to go the last little bit, you got to have something more. That's what the exhale and the squeeze is for, see? So from here, I get stuck. But on the way up with that little extra kick, I can make the contact. So just give that little extra bit. Okay? Let's get Irish for a second. Hands are out here. We're going to play the soccer ball and this. And yes, my feet look hot. Get our studio lighting back up. My PA's quit on me today, so. Right, look at that. Hey, there he is, my PA. Just like that, just like that. Don't touch the cable. I was saying, man, you know, you can stretch really well when you can touch your toes. And the guy's like, I touch my toes all the time. Look at that. Look at that. First. Okay, and now let's go to the outside. So the hands are out here. You're going to drop the knee. Twist the foot. Once again, Charlie Chaplin would be jealous of our incredible technique. Very good, very good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's turn on the fan. So just going to roll the hands. Elbows pretty much stay where they are. Turn on the fan, get this thing cooking. Now, of course, if you have a really bad internet connection, it looks like you're going a million miles an hour, so there's no worries. But if you want to make a good omelet, you really got to move the hands. Reverse the hands. Relax the shoulders out of your neck. Keep as little tension as possible. Just enough tension to actually make the hands roll. Okay, if you're not pregnant, you're going to go forward again and go side to side. Side to side, so it's a little twist. If you are pregnant, you're going to lift the heel so that your hip comes around. So you lift the hip and your hip comes around. For the rest of us, this is like punching out to the left, punching out to the right, in rotation. So rotate, 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 rotate. All the tension comes through here like you're wringing out a towel. Okay, so you twist here, the shirt should get the twist. Twist this way, the shirt should get the twist. You can pick up shirts like this at my website, $29.99. They twist themselves, it's amazing. Reverse, let's go backwards, twisting side to side. All the pressure is being passed through the stomach. All the pressure is passed through the stomach. Okay, let's bring it down to the knees. So I'll just touch the knees here. No bending over, no bending over. We can get lower. Touch the knees, touch the knees. So this is all rotation now. So this is, my shoulder is coming right to the middle. So that's a 90-degree rotation with the shoulder. And my hand goes across. Shoulder, hand goes across. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Very good. And then we're going to come back. So this is George Jefferson. So I'm bringing the left hand to the right side, right hand, left side. And I lean back a little bit. Weight is still in the toes. Now, the more you lean back, the more you'll get into the solar plexus here. You push the hips in, you get more into this, trying to hold yourself up with this bridge. That puts the pressure on your stomach. Solar plexus. Tuck your butt. All right, we're going to go to the same side, knees. So we're going to oscillate just like a metronome, just like this, a little tick-tock of the grandfather clock, this way. Instead of bending over, we'll stay tall and pitch the whole process. You'll feel this more into the groin muscles. The knees are a good place to start. Otherwise, come all the way to the shin. Separate, come all the way to the ankles. Keep the posture up. Keep the head up. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then little bounces here, just like this. Little bounces. Maybe you're doing this, but get the heels off the ground. Get the heels off the ground. Little bounces, little bounces. Okay, at the same time we're doing the bounces, fingers to shoulder, throw the hands up. Very Italian of us. Hey. Up, throw, down, catch. Up, throw, not throw up. Hey. Keeping it clean, keeping it clean. And more. And shake it out. How's the heart rate doing? How's the heart rate? Check your heart rate. Have a glass of water. Take a towel, dry off. Very good, very good. Where are we? Okay. Oh, the lighting. Oh, for LED studio lights. Oh, all right. So we're going to do a little balancing movement, kind of like we did on Monday, but we're going to earn this one a little bit differently. So I'm going to put my right foot back. Okay. I'm going to bring my right knee in front of me at right around hip height, just like this, and then step back. Okay. Now, if I go back and I rock up and I fall back and I rock up, it gets pretty ugly and the balance doesn't work out. So you want to be pretty much hugged up to your heel here on the first move and place, 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 place. And we're really going to fire up that left quad. place, 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 place. 2 more. All right, now that foot is going to turn. I'm now to the right. And I'm going to stretch this hip by pushing the hip forward and by bending the front knee. Okay, don't let that heel come off before. You need this anchor so you can stretch into that quad. We just built up some heat. Take that stretch. Option number 2, we'll put that knee all the way to the floor. Push the hip into it even more. Make sure you relax the foot. Push that hip into it. Very good. Okay, so we're here already. So again, without shifting the weight so much, we're just going to lift and bring it back. Lift, reach it back. Lift, reach it back. Lift, reach it back. I'm all the way on that front foot. Two more. Here we go. Then I'm going to turn, push that hip into it, try to get that quad to stretch. Lean out of it, bend the knee. So this knee is locked. This knee goes forward. Feel that pull in here. Take it lower, relax the foot. Really get into that quad. Very large muscle group. We need to heat it up to stretch it. Very good, and we'll come to center. Okay, so we're going to push on the knees. Elbows go wide. Elbows go wide. Just like that. Yes, you have your couch. It'll be a good time. Oh my gosh, how wonderful. You just, see, you don't need excuses. You just need more chairs. All right, so we just, I'm preaching to the choir though. Everybody in here is a size 3. So we're going to go left to right. So you're playing a little bit. So you go like this. Let your knee travel. As I travel, I'm going to swing kind of open on the knee. I'm pushing out, pushing out, pushing out. If it's really working for you, then you might even feel it in your sciatic in the back here. As you come to the right, you might activate your back. Come to the left, might activate more. Pushing. You're getting ready for a baby. This is a great pose for you. Just make sure you're not crushing the poor thing. Okay, stay tall. Oh my God, don't fall. Stay up like this. See, I think I'm in my first trimester. See if I can do this. So you're going to want to, instead of collapsing down, you're going to want to keep that baby protected, and you just kind of, right? All right. Okay, working on the hands. So we're going to take the hands, turn the hands up, bring the hands out to the side, and we're going to bring the hands into what would be position 2. 1. 2 is the exhale, 1 is the inhale. Okay? Shoulder blades are going to stay put pretty much. Okay? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now, if you know what the body blade is, the body blade was this stick that you would shake, you know, and it would cause all this kind of isometric isolation. We're doing the same thing. Okay? So, throw their shoulders like I'm trying to hit the wall with the thumbs. Boom. So making the shoulders flex like this. This is where the shoulders are. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Okay. So from here, we're going to take the hands and go out to what's position 3, like this. Okay. And we're going to come up. So we flip up, down, up, down. So the shoulders, in this case, the shoulders are going to roll a little bit like this. Call this nigore, or the inhale, ibuki, the exhale. So without, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but the shoulder blade is going to roll over those points. So if you have really bad shoulders, issues with the shoulder, this won't be easy, but it will be effective in causing a tremendous amount of pain. Breathe through the nose and see you next class. All right, so inhale, exhale. So I just cracked my back right there. That was a good feeling. So keep the arms, look at the arm distance in here. I'm keeping this space, okay? It's as if I was touching the wall out here. I'm still touching the wall. I'm still touching the wall. So I'm going to use this line of the blinds, and I should be top line, bottom line, instead of like this. So I'm up here. Basically, you're putting yourself in an arm lock. Think of it as second grade with your big brother. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Unless you were the elder, in which case, shame on you. Okay, give me a little Michael Jackson here, shake it out. Okay, so crazy exercises to stretch out the shoulder. This one worked really well with my crowd on Wednesday, so we're going to try it. Okay, so I'll put the palm up on the right hand, 2 fingers in the thumb. The 2 fingers are going to grab the right thumb, and when the 2 fingers grab the right thumb, the left thumb is going to go behind the hand. Okay, so that's going to turn that up. Bring your finger to your nose, and as you pull your finger down your chest, you get this 90-degree bend in the wrist right here. Okay, so up, twist, up, twist, up, twist, up, twist, and even just in here, twist, 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 twist. Now we're going to take that even farther. This is really going to hurt. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right thumb and put it inside my right knee and then squeeze my knees together. Okay, so my hand gets stuck in between my knees. And now sit up and bring your ear away from your shoulder. So your hand is stuck this way and you're moving away from it. That's basically what's happening. Okay, so it just so happens that your legs are holding your hand. Since we're in isolation, nobody else will hold your hand. So there you go. Very nice. Let's let that out. If you felt something good with that, then you can play with it, practice with it. I'm going to take that same right thumb now and go thumbs down, swords in the dirt. Left hand's going to come to the back right here. And we're just going to shake hands with ourselves. So I'm going to grab, okay, and rotate. And rotate. So I want to get a good grip. And I want this elbow to turn up, okay? I want to hold hands with myself, thumb over the top, and I want that shoulder. See how that shoulder starts to come up? So that's great. Crystal, you're doing a great job. Now you're going to bring this muscle into effect and don't let your shoulder come up. So pull that shoulder back down. Wham! And do everything slow because now your stretch that went from okay went to amazing. I do say so. I felt your stretch. That's how good it suddenly became. All right, so you're thinking, you know what? I'm a rubber doll. I can do even better than this. So you're going to take that thumb. Your hand was here. You're going to go over the top. You're going to grab your thumb. Okay, get a good grip on the thumb. And by good grip on the thumb, what I really mean is that this part of my hand and the same part of this hand are going to meet. They're going to meet. Okay, and by doing so, I get access to my thumb. And then I really turn the shoulder and pull on it. Really turn the shoulder and pull on it. Okay, so this is what's happening. And then I'm doing whatever I have to make that work. Deep thumb down, rotation of the arm, pull. Wonderful, shake that out. See what happens is one arm is long, one arm is short. You gotta balance that out. Okay, that's official. All right, left hand thumb onto the side. 2 fingers for the thumb, 1 thumb for the fingers. There's a little bump right here in the back of the hand. I'm gonna try to find that spot. Grab the 2 fingers on the thumb. I'm gonna bring that finger to my nose. Don't pick it because that wouldn't be clean. I'm gonna bring that down. Karuna. Find any coronas in there. Come down. Come down. And the whole time I'm twisting, kind of like the Queen's wave. Twisting. Twisting, pulling down. 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 All right, we're gonna go for more. Now this wrist kind of hurts. For me, personally, this side, not so bad. The shoulder hurts, the wrist is okay. This side, the wrist hurts, the shoulder's okay. So I have to be mindful where I'm putting the force. If I put the force into the hand, I don't really get the wrist. I'm not gonna rotate the shoulder as much. See, I can turn the wrist and it just makes these two bones in the arm go. So if I'm gonna get all the way up into the shoulder, I really need to kind of compress and grab the forearm where the two bones are going to give me some leverage on that shoulder. So I'll take the left thumb behind the tendon here in the knee, kind of hook that in there, point the fingers forward, and then as I hit, whoa, there, my wrist just popped. You couldn't hear that, but thank you. So I'm just going to push with the knee, make that fist, and now I'm in this contorted position. Once you're there, yeah, Crystal, right knee is just going to push the palm up against the knee flush. And then I'm going to sit up. Whoa. And move the ears away from the shoulder. So again, I'm not really doing my shoulder as much as I'm just getting right into my wrist. On the other side, my shoulder was screaming. I didn't even feel the wrist. I'm going to bring that right shoulder back. It's like a side angle pose. You're thinking this is not a side angle pose, but there's your side angle pose. See that? Wonderful. Oof. All right, let that out. Thumbs down. Shake hands. Rotate. Nose. Down. Okay, how did I get there? Thumb down. Hand on the outside of the hand. Thumb over the top. Curl up. Pull down. Pull up. Pull down. So I'm going to bring the elbow up as I rotate. Elbow up. And then shoulder down. Okay? So this hand is at about my sternum. I don't really have to go much farther than that. I want to get the thumb higher than the fingers. And then get the shoulder out. So big muscles going into stretch. So I can fine tune where those muscles are, but I'm putting the weight right on the point of concern, you might call that. All right, that's just not enough. You're looking for more. Great, I'm gonna leave that there as I reach across. Again, I wanna catch right in here with the hand, and right in here with the piezoform, catch right on the end of the metacarpals. Reach down, grab the thumb. And even though I'm pulling up on the thumb, see how I'm pulling up on the thumb, nothing really happens. So I'm pushing down here while I lift. That's when I get the actual rotation. Okay, and again, shoulder down and stretch. Ooh. Yes, now that you get past that wrist, now you feel something. That's the Chinese technique. Something Wong. Oh, something Wong. Oh. Very good. All right, going back out. Oh. And as we release that, I release you to your yoga mats, to the floor. Meet you back here in 30 seconds. Hello. Wonderful. 10 seconds. So clearly that is not a mute button. Wonderful. All right. going to put some heat on this for a little bit. I want to give you an out if you have any back issues, which I know you do. I'm going to give you an out. So as we do these balances, these are warrior threes. Warrior threes look like this. So the out is going to be foot on an object. Now I see a very wonderful bed. I see a wonderful chair, and I see a wonderful couch out there in TV land. I see it, so you can use it. So the idea is going to be to find the couch. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to find the couch and find perfect position, whatever that means to you. And then once you've got that perfect, I'm going to show you back here. So once you've got that perfect position, right, then you float the foot. Then you float the foot. So instead of digging around for 20 minutes, we'll just get it done. We'll just get it done. So you're here like this, that hip locks in. Notice you're not sitting back here. You're way over the top, right? And then you just go to there, and then you need to rest. You do that. Come up, you need to rest, you come up, you need to rest, you come up. So we'll start with that, okay? So reaching forward, hands over your head, or hands to the heart, breathing through the nose. And bring the hands to the floor. If you're still using that object, great idea. If the hands don't go to the floor, then it's fine. They can go to the hips. Bend the standing leg, whatever serves you the most. All right, we're going to step that right foot off of the object. I'm sorry if it was your left. We're going to step that off and then sit back and drop the chest over the front leg. So the back leg can bend. No harm in bending the back leg. If you don't need to bend the leg, you don't. All right, breathing through the nose. Very nice. Okay, we're going to slowly rise up. So by rising up, the inhale takes the entire length of the journey up. Very good. Now, hands to back here, and then extend the chest, or if there's no weight issue, or there's no balance issues, you can take the hand up this way. And the front of the stomach is tight. You're not grinding into the lower back, you're stretching the front of the body. Reach high, and then bring the hands back. Wonderful. Step up, we'll switch it out. Whatever that means for you, maybe that means left foot up. Take the left leg up. Find posture. We'll be here for about an hour. Slow breath. And gently bring the hands to the floor. Feel the body soften into the stretch. And we'll bring that back leg down and sit into the forward bend. If that means bending the back leg, please do that. Otherwise, Hang in there. Breathe. Relax as much as possible. With this next exhale, release a little bit lower. And then slow roll your body all the way up and out. And if balance is an issue, just hang out there. There's no rush. If you're ready to go for it, you're going to reach up. And again, you have to tighten the front of the body if you want to stretch it, if you want to get into that quad. Otherwise, if you give it up into your spine, not going to stretch anything. You're just going to jam the back. So to add that extra force, we must balance that energy out. And gently release. All right, so I'm going to turn to the front. You're going to turn wherever you'd like to go. Oh yeah, that's how I feel after a big dinner. Huh? All right, so just having fun there. Those were the days. The feet are going to open. We're going to let a nice forward bend happen. Chin comes over the chest. Get down there and take 2 fingers and grab the big toes. So 2 fingers, big toe, just like that. 2 fingers, big toe. Okay. If that isn't happening, then you've got the couch. That's fantastic. And by the way, if you are holding someone else, you should be using the couch in order to keep the spine flat. So you'd look like this. And you can stick the tailbone out as much as you like to. Literally nothing more could happen at this point. So you keep the back straight, let the belly drop in. If you wanted to, you could sway a little bit left to right. Just massage the femoral connection to the hip, right where the leg bone becomes the hip bone. Especially if your hips click a lot, or if you have a brand new hip, that's a nice little motion to massage, because what will happen is you get one muscle group overworking and getting burned out, and then you start to sag into the other side, and then something on that other side starts to burn out, and then the hips don't really function happily. So we'll go from that. All right, so we're going to gently bring the hands to the hips, inhale, rise up. Hold hands behind the back, lace the fingers. Close the palms, pull the shoulders together. It's not just the hands together, right? As the arms come down, and as the arms come lower, the shoulder blades make that rotation. And then pull down. And then go into a deep forward bend. Bring the hands over the head. Hello.
I always get my good side, Mrs. DeMille. Always my good side.
All right, so we're going to release the hands from there. The hands come to the floor. And we're going to float or walk into a downward dog. So, for those of us that need to practice downward dog, just walk back into a downward dog. We all need to practice it. For those of us that want to exercise, I'm going to float into downward dog. So that means that my shoulders right now being over my hands. I'm going to stay over the hands, then I bring the hips over the hands. So that's hips over shoulders over hands. And then I can just move back into my downward dog. You can play with that. I got stuck. Oh, the camera froze. Sorry. All right. So from downward facing dog, we'll set the knees down. We're going to roll the spine forward. Okay, we're going to roll the spine up, back. Roll, up, back. Think of a wave. Up, back. I know you can't think of a wave. You haven't seen the ocean in 3 weeks. Here we all need space from each other and they close the ocean. Can't make this stuff up. Really, you can't. All right. We're going to roll a couple more times. If the knees are not what you need to come to the full body position. That's great. So you fold the toes, and feed it back. Really maximize the range of motion. Very nice. And then we're going to lie down on the belly. I'm going to kick that left arm out to the left, grab the right foot, and then put the ear on the floor, and then the other ear up on the shoulder. Ear to the floor, ear up to the shoulder. Down to the floor, ear up to the shoulder. And then when I'm ready to do something with my arm, I'll kick my foot away, pull the leg in, back, out, back, out. It's all slow motion therapy. If your right foot touches your left hand, you win. You get to stay home tomorrow. Come back to the belly. Change arms. Oh, you want a kitty? All right, good. I'm going to bring that left hand to my left foot. And ear to floor, ear to shoulder, ear to floor, ear to shoulder. My palm is flat, by the way. And then I'm going to play with the leg, pull in, kick. That stretches the shoulder, pull in, that stretches the quad, kick, and then reach for the hand. Left foot touches the right hand. Your foot and your hand touch, or if they don't, you don't have to go to work tomorrow. You can just always work from home. Going back to the belly. All right. Very good. So we're going to bring the hands back to the chest here. We're going to roll the shoulders. Okay. So I've got shoulders down, shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulders up. And every time I come shoulders up, I come up a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher until I'm up. Check the chin, roll back. All right, so we're going to do some twisting here. I'm going to step forward with the right foot and sit down on the right hip. So step forward with the right foot, sit on the right hip. It's like a very weak pigeon. Okay, so the pigeon would normally be more linear. I'm just going to sit out to the side. So check here. You have the right leg, still the right foot. There you go. If you're wearing purple, perfect. There we go. Now, you're going to extend that leg out. Just extend it out. There you go. And then you're going to put the left elbow up here by the right knee. So the left elbow reaches towards the front. That's right. Reach that left elbow towards the front. This is not a pregnancy kind of move. So this would be the more pregnancy kind of move where you'd lie down and then you're actually stretching on the left leg right now. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, I hope my leg doesn't get stuck like that. Oh, yes. So if you're not in that particular phase of your existence, your elbow comes forward. And your body, by the way, is actually square over the line of the thigh. And this is what I call sphinx. This is the sphinx. Perfect. I can't see you at all, so I'm going to say that you're doing it perfect. Because why worry, A second. All right, so slowly rising. I'm going to take that back leg, and again, if you've got a little one here, you're not going to do anything like this, where you cross like that. Okay, and then I'm going to hug. So I've got the left foot, right foot, left goes over the knee. And just give myself a hug. And then I'm looking over the left shoulder. Now, my left hand can push on the thigh and really help me twist. So like this, I'll push away with the left hand right into the thigh and really bring that left shoulder back. Wonderful. So I'll just turn like this, lift the chest, get a nice little stretch in the lower back, and then I'm going to switch the feet. So I go like this. And I'm right where I started, except now I've got the left leg forward. So now this is the left. There we go. Exactly. Look at that. You all are breakdancing amazingly well. So that left leg is going to extend out. I'm going to lie down, elbow over, right elbow over left knee, and the outside of my left knee is on fire. So if the outside of your left knee is on fire, you're doing it just right. If you're carrying another one, you're just going to lean back. You're going to release this right hip now. And all of this motion for the hips will come in big handy in a couple months. So the hips are really staying in motion. And also, to a certain extent, you want to develop a desensitizing to pain in the hips. Don't ask me why. I think you know. So for the rest of us that have no excuse, the belly is not hitting the thigh. The belly is going outside of the thigh. Okay, so I'm going to clear that space. So there's my thigh over here. Here's my belly over here. Deep breath. And we're up. Nice and easy. We'll bring that back leg over the front leg. Come into that twist. And now here's my right foot and here's my left hand grabbing. Here's my right hand pushing. Sit up tall, breathe slow. Coming back to the center. I'll let that rotate out. Shake the legs out. Scoop the hips towards the feet. And take my final bridge. So just what that looks like over here is I lie down, I lift the hips, hold hands underneath, tuck the shoulders. And the knees are pinching towards the middle a little bit. Lifting. If you just are not satisfied without an inversion, bravo to you. Please do your inversions following this. The bridge will be just fine. Again, if you can't go without an inversion, I recommend stepping yourself up into a little more of a challenge. That might be holding the hips, reaching the legs up, right out of the bridge. Come right out of the bridge, no problem. If that's no problem, maybe you don't even need hands.
Then we're going to let everything relax down. Bring the knees to the chest. Slow roll. We'll all do a little major headstand called fish pose, Matsuyasana. Hold the tailbone, lift the chest, look up.
Crown of the skull makes contact, teeth together. Stretch the iPhone neck. Lift the chest. And gently roll down to flat.
Hold back the head. And then wherever you are.